Everyone said the Adeyemi family had found the perfect house help. But what nobody knew was that beneath that innocent face lived a heart filled with secrets.
The Adeyemi family trusted Amara with their home, their children, and even their lives. None of them realized that the smile she wore wasn't the smile in her heart. Amara stood quietly behind them. She had waited for this morning for a very long time. To everyone else, it was just another peaceful breakfast.
But just as Mr. Adeyemi reached for his morning tea, a piercing scream echoed through the mansion. In a single heartbeat, the laughter disappeared, and every eye turned toward the staircase.
Mr. Adeyemi never got the chance to drink from the cup. They were all too distracted by the terrifying cry. Little did they know, the nightmare had only just begun. Every family has a story, and every home has a secret. But this one began long before that unforgettable morning. 6 months earlier, far away from the luxury of the Adeyemi mansion, Amara lived in a small, forgotten village where every day was a struggle.
News spread through the village like wildfire. A wealthy family in Lagos was searching for a live-in house help, but to Amara, it felt like the answer to every prayer she made.
Amara couldn't stop thinking about the job. Maybe this was her chance to escape poverty. Maybe this was the fresh start she had prayed for. Without wasting another moment, she made up her mind. Before leaving, Amara took one last look at her village. Every memory she had was here. She whispered a silent goodbye, unaware that her journey would change her forever.
Hours later, Amara finally left the village. With only a small bag and big dreams, she began her journey to Lagos. She believed a better life was waiting he had prepared instead.
By evening, Amara arrived in Lagos. The city was bigger and louder than anything she held her bag tightly in. Everything felt new and a little frightening. A kind woman welcomed Amara at the motor park. She was the one arranging house help jobs for families in Lagos. Amara followed her. She believed her new life had finally begun.
Mama Grace led Amara through the busy streets of Lagos. She said a respectable family was looking for a house help. Amara smiled quietly. She had no idea what awaited her behind those gates.
Then, they finally stopped. Amara looked up and froze. The mansion before her was more beautiful than anything she had ever seen. She took a deep breath and walked toward the gate. Everything around her spoke of wealth. Moments later, the front door opened. Mrs. Adeyemi stepped outside with a warm smile. One look at Amara, and she welcomed changed everything. Before Amara could settle in, 2 cheerful voices filled the hallway.
Hi, I am Toby, and this is Zara.
Hi, I'm Zara.
Their smiles were innocent. Amara smiled back. Just then, Mr. Adeyemi returned from work. He welcomed Amara with kindness and treated her with respect. From that very moment, she became part of the household. That evening, Mrs. Adeyemi showed Amara around the mansion. Every room felt like a dream she had never imagined. She thanked them again and again for their kindness. Mrs. Adeyemi opened the bedroom door with a smile. For the first time in years, Amara had a room of her own. She couldn't believe how much her life had changed. Thank you, God. The next morning, Amara woke up before everyone else. She cleaned the house with so much care and dedication. The children quickly grew fond of her. To the Adeyemi family, she seemed like the perfect house help. Days turned into weeks. Amara worked with honesty and dedication. Mrs. Adeyemi trusted her with almost everything. The family believed they had found a rare gem. Mr. Adeyemi treated Amara with kindness and respect. He often praised her for her hard work. To him, she wasn't just a house help. She had become part of the family. One afternoon, while cleaning the living room, Amara noticed a beautiful family portrait on the wall. Something about it made her smile. Then suddenly, her smile disappeared. Just then, Zara walked into the living room. She found Amara staring silently at the family portrait.
Are you okay? I'm fine.
That night, sleep refused to come. Amara sat quietly by the window, lost in thought. She kept asking herself one question: why do I feel like I've been here before?
As she stood to close the window, something caught Amara's attention. An old framed photograph rested on the bedside table. The moment she picked it up, her heartbeat quickened. Amara gently placed the photograph back on the table. She took one last look around the room. Outside, the mansion slept peacefully, unaware of what lay ahead. The next morning began like every other day. The mansion was peaceful and full of laughter. But deep inside Amara, a secret she had buried refused to stay hidden.
As Amara walked through the hallway, Musa watched her quietly from a distance. Something about her expression felt different that morning. For the first time, he began to wonder if everything was truly okay.
As Amara finished cleaning the dining room, she noticed the family safe had been left slightly open. She paused for a moment, then quietly closed it. No one else seemed to notice. A few moments later, Mrs. Adeyemi noticed the safe was locked. Amara calmly explained that she had found it open. Mrs. Adeyemi smiled, grateful for her honesty.
Later that afternoon, Amara heard a strange sound. She stopped what she was doing and looked up. The house suddenly felt unusually quiet.